Good morning, all, and welcome to the video analysis of Investment Live. We are going to be offering video analysis of major currency pairs over the weekend ahead of the new trading week. This is an old initiative. We've actually been doing this before, but for some reason we had to stop. But we are kickstarting it again. So don't forget to hit the subscription button so that you'll be getting the latest videos from Investment Live on currency outlook for the coming week. So without saying too much, I think we'll just jump right in and begin the analysis for the pairs we will be looking at over the coming week. First of all, we have the Euro USD. Now, there has been a lot of talk, there has been a lot of concern about this pair over the last few weeks. It's been kind of trading sideways. We're looking at the monthly view now. You can see that it's been bearish but also kind of sideways for the last 5 to 6 months. It's not really broken any new highs, it's not really broken any new lows. It's just trading within a triangular pattern, and it can continue in this pattern for the next few weeks to come until we see a clear violation of this lower channel or this upper channel before we can say that yes, this pair is going in a particular direction. Now, in my opinion, I'm still going to favor a bullish Euro USD. I've been saying this on all the platforms where I am on, that this pair is still going to buy. We can see on the monthly, we can see that there was this big bullish pin bar coming off this trend line here, this rising trend line, although it was countered by a bearish pin. But we can see that since that period it hasn't closed below 114.33, which is quite significant. It's a significant zone. We can see for the past 3 weeks it has rebounded off this 114.33 zone, and this week is no different. It got to this region, it got rejected and closed as what some people call a doji, what some people call a spinning top. You might have different names for it, but you can see two consecutive dojis in repetition is quite significant. From this recent downtrend, we should expect market going a little bit upwards, challenging this upper limit of the trend line, this triangle that is forming, and possibly breaking through. I'm expecting the breakout before the ending of the year. Maybe we can just come down to the daily charts, zoom out a little bit, and see what is going on there. You can see that there has been that rejection here, the rejection here. A close above this for the coming week, I would expect anyone following to just take maybe intraday buys up to this level and maybe further. So looking at the GBPUSD now, this pair has been operating a little bit similar to the Euro USD. It's been trading inside this triangle since August of this year, or even earlier than that. But I want to particularly focus on what happened in August. From August, we can see the pair has been making a series of higher lows, which I have charted this trend line against, and it has touched that trend line again, and we can see there was a rejection as of Friday close yesterday. We can see that price got to that trend line and there was a steep rejection. Can we see what happened on 4 hours? Yes, you can see a clearer picture there. Looking at our weekly um, chart, we can see that, let me zoom in, we can see that it has just been giving us a series of pin bars, bearish, bullish, doji here, and another bearish pin. It closed last week actually as a bearish pin bar. So this kind of like throws the analysis back on top of its head. So we will wait till next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and see where this pair is heading before we take any other concrete action. But for now, the daily and the weekly charts are giving us two conflicting information. We can see the monthly chart, although it hasn't closed yet. The most significant bar we can see here is a bullish pin bar that occurred 2 months ago. That would have been in August, but not much has happened since then. So we are going to be looking at the USDCAD. We can see this is also trading in a channel, and it has been rejected by the upper limit of that channel. I expect, as I am also expecting a weak USD, I'm expecting this pair to fall lower in at least early next week. That fall might also be sustained till the end of the week. It's not entirely sure for now, but looking at how crude oil and Brent oil has been trading over the past few days, I expect this fall to be a little bit more significant than that. I expect it to target at least this level. I expect it to target at least this level as the first take profit. If it should clear that level, then it should come a little bit lower and maybe target the lower limit of that channel. Moving on to gold. Gold is a pair that I've had a lot of success in over the years and in recent weeks. Now we can clearly see that there has been a breakout from this resistance level that gold had been trading in since August. There has been a clear breakout. It's undeniable. And I expect gold to trade above this region possibly till the end of the year. It's impossible to say, but that is my expectation. That is the outlook I'm looking out for. I won't be surprised if gold should let's go to the daily chart. Let me zoom back in a little bit. I won't be surprised if gold initially tries to retest this moving average. This is a 10 simple moving average, 10 period simple moving average. It might try to retest this moving average. It might try to retest this resistance or this resistance before going back up to 1236 and possibly from there 1266. I expect to see that coming in the next few weeks. To me, this bullish move on gold is inevitable. It has been long overdue, and you can see this bullish candle here. It is so massive. I don't see anything that's going to make gold come back and trade within this region. There has been a clear breakout. So that is looking at gold. Maybe we can just look at the weekly charts to see if yes, we can see that on weekly as well. Want to look at monthly. What does our monthly candles look like? Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see there's a pin bar here on this support. There's an inside bar, and from there we can see the bullish breakout. So that is all about gold. So I'm just going to quickly jump to the pound against the Swiss franc. Now this pair has been a little bit enigmatic over the last few weeks. We can see there was a clear bullish trend throughout the month of September, entering into October, and then this last week it has been kind of sideways trading within this descending triangle there. We can see that okay, let me just say that I won't trade this pair actively, although I have a trade on it. I won't take any further decision until I see a breakout of this region or I see a breakout of this region. I am expecting a breakout of this region because of this clear break of this trend line. It has broken the trend line. It has retested it at this level. If I just extend this trend line a little bit, okay, you can see bounced here, bounced here, broke through, retested it, and from here I expect the market to fall from there. Now looking at it from daily, we can see there are, this might be considered a bearish engulfing, yeah, but the very next day there was a bullish candle. Looking at it from the weekly, we can see there's a rejection on this trend line. This week finished as a doji. This is a quasi pin bar. Can't call it a pin bar. It's, let's say, 50-50 on a pin bar. So this further goes to cement our analysis that the pair should be falling this coming week if it can break out of this zone. Moving on, let's quickly look at pound against the yen. Let's start our analysis from the monthly. Not much to see there. Coming to weekly. Now, looking at it from the weekly, it begins to become a little bit more interesting. We can see that the pair has been trading in this channel, this downward channel, for the most of this year. In fact, since late last year, it got into this channel, and the first breakout we are actually seeing occurred a few weeks back. Pardon me. But after this breakout, we can see that it broke out of the channel, but we can see it actually came back into the channel, and this trend line has been violated. So it's like I said, we have two possible outlooks on that. If it continues to trade above this channel, we should expect price to move higher. At least our first target should be 149 thereabouts. But if it continues to if the price continues to operate below this resistance and below the channel, remember that this trend line has been broken. We should expect price to fall considerably lower in the coming weeks. We should be looking at this area here as our first TP, and it should the bearishness continue as this channel has been showing, we can also see price targeting the lower channel of the lower trend line of this channel. Now, is not impossible, but it might take a few weeks for that to develop. Now, we still have a few more pairs to cover, so I'm just going to do that real quick. I know you guys have a lot of things to do on your Saturday, so I won't take too much of your time. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. Now, we are looking at GBPCAD. It's a similar story to the GBP yen. We can see that it has been trading in this channel since the early part of this year, and there has been a bullish breakout. Now, this bullish breakout also has been contained within 170.42 and 172.68. There hasn't been any breakout on the upper channel and lower channel of this range. Now, a smart trader might want to play within this range, buy from the low, sell at the high. So that's something you can work towards in the coming week. Look at it, go to the lower time frames, try to pick from the low, trying to sell from the high. A clear break from this region or from this region will give more momentum to this zone and to this zone. Let's look a little bit closer at this. Hold on. Let me look at my weekly charts. I think I noticed something earlier on that. Okay. We can also see that it closed as an inside bar. This week closed as an inside bar to last week's bar. It will be interesting to see how that plays out in the coming week. Now, let's go to crude oil. It's very clear what is happening in crude oil here. We can see it's been trading in this range. It's been pretty sideways since the beginning of the year, and it broke out of the upper channel but immediately came back into that trading range. It has broken this major support, which acted as a support for it for about a week. It has broken through, and I would advise anyone out there to sell on every peak is an opportunity for you to sell, because the highest I think this price will get to is just to retest this resistance, possibly this one, and then crash all the way down to 63.76 or thereabout. I don't see anything that will make this pair not at least attempt this zone within the coming few weeks. We can also look at it from the weekly. We can see it's clearly bearish. We can go to 4 hours. We can see that although Friday finished closed a little bit bullish, like I said, I don't expect the bullish move to go beyond this zone before falling finally. So what other pairs do we have out there? We also have Brent oil. Same story, Brent oil and crude oil. We're looking at shorting opportunities on this. We can see that on daily, Brent actually broke the support. It closed below that support, and on Friday it closed below the support on Thursday, and on Friday it just retested the support, now turned resistance, having good forming a good pain bar off this trend line, and closed a little bit bearish. The last candle on Friday was bearish, so going into the new week I expect this pair to fall further. I actually have a trade on this pair, so a sell on this pair, so I'm targeting this area for the first TP, somewhere around here. A break of that, I expect to see price move lower to the 69.87 region. Looking at gas is a bit complicated. We can see that there's a clear break of this trend line, but I am not entirely convinced that that bullish trend might continue, although everything just indicates. We can see there was a retest of the trend line on Friday, and it closed bullish. We can also see the weekly looking a little bit bullish as well, but I'm just skeptical about this. We can see that it's $2.66 formed a good base for this pair, and it has been trading pretty much sideways for quite some time. And then we have this breakout, which can be a very significant breakout, but I just don't know. I'm not really confident about that move. So let's quickly look at US stocks. I think we'll round up with the US stocks. We have S&P 500 here. In my opinion, it's bearish, although it has this trend line. If we zoom out on daily, we'll get a bigger picture. You can see that it's quite a significant trend line. It's been on since 2016. It has that zone to break before it can go further southward. 4 hours closing bearish, daily closing bearish, weekly also looking pretty much bearish. Like I said, this zone is where it needs to clear. Once there's a significant close below this, then it should fall all the way down. Now, if it should retest this trend line and turn bullish, then our outlook can also turn bullish with that. Pretty much sorry about that, pretty much the same story looking at the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq. I think there is more potential for a bearish move on the Nasdaq out of the three, out of the S&P, the Dow Jones, and the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq just looks more ready to fall out of the three. So if you are not already selling the Nasdaq, kindly look for opportunities in the coming week to sell the Nasdaq. So that concludes my analysis for this weekend. We'll be sharing updates on this analysis as we see key events occurring in the charts during the week. And please don't forget to hit the notification button, subscribe to this channel, and get the latest videos coming out from Investment Live as we analyze the markets together. So have a lovely weekend and have a great trading week ahead. Thank you.